Hey everybody, welcome to a little bit of a different video. Hopefully by this point you have gone over to clixnexus.com and seen the very excellent article, if I do say so myself, previewing some team-up cards, a couple Starjammers from the set, and of course, Maggot, the figure that I and my teammates designed. We'll start off with that actually. You can see, if I don't block him, right there in all his glory, as we get a little focus. Look at him. Isn't he marvelous? Anyway, he's just going to watch the proceedings. So, along with Maggot, I did get sent a brick of House of X to unbox and preview for all you lovely people. But let's be honest. Everyone's done an unboxing. Except for team-up cards, the entire set is spoiled. So rather than do yet another unboxing, which, if you guys really want, I have more product coming personally, so I'll do an unboxing. I thought I would do a video highlighting the thing that everyone is talking about this set. The new sculpts, the new size, the new... Jesus, the word went right out of my head. But no, the new scale. Ha ha, I got it. I know words. And I wanted to do it a couple different ways. So I showed you Maggot. Here's my big mitts. Here is a token with Clix Nexus on it. A little smaller than an average base. So you can kind of get an idea of the scale, right? But we're HeroClix players. We're visual players. So, let's not just look at figures from recent sets. Let's look back to where the game started for some of these figures. Pre-carded figures. And maybe appreciate how far we've really come. So we're going to start out with my main man, whose team-up card I previewed. Corsair. Now I'm doing this a little different, guys, so... excuse me as I adjust. Look at that Corsair. That's not from House of X. That is from something. I don't know the team symbol. I don't know the set symbol. I'm bad with the old set symbols. I want to say it's not Cosmic Justice because that was DC, but whatever. So that's what sculpts used to look like before we had digital sculpts. That's what, I'm just seeing it through the camera and it's making me laugh. That's what we used to see all the time. Then there's this sexy debonair man right here. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that face. Look at those eyes just burning into your soul. He does have a little crazy long neck, which I find funny. But let's look at him. That's not going to give you an example. So the base is smaller, so we'll match dial tops, all right? He's not actually that much bigger. From, like I said, a pre-carded, pre-digital sculpt, he's not that much bigger. But he's a lot smoother. I mean, they both have the decals on your chest. The old Corsair's arms blocking his. But the decal on the chest... looks a lot better. New one would probably look a little cooler with a sword or a gun in his hand or something, but you can't get everything in your life. Bandana's a lot cleaner. I mean, this Corsair's face isn't going into his bandana. And this isn't just to beat up on the old sculpts or even just to, pump up the new sculpts. It's just, I feel like all of us get a little complacent. Like, things keep going, and we just go along with it and just kind of go, that's how it is, and that's how it always has been, and that's how it should be, but it's not true. Look at Domino from Mutant Mayhem. I actually know that's an easy one. It's MM. Mutant Mayhem, still pre-carded, right? She's washing out a little bit. There we go. That white's always tough on camera. But, cool action pose. The pose is cool. I'll give it that. The hair is cool, right? I mean, like I said, not just to dump on the old sculpts, but then here's Domino now. That's from the main set. I wasn't sure if it was main set or Fast Forces. Yeah, the white's washing out a little bit. But you got some nice detail in her weird Krakoa arm thing. I didn't even notice that you kind of see her thigh there. It's a little risque. Not really. She's a mutant. You know, the black around her eye makes things a little weird. I know the focus is off, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to show you. And like I said, she's smoother. Now, is this the best sculpt in the world? Is this GSX Magneto? No. It's a common. It's a common. But let's put them side by side. So we put the dial tops. I got to look. Is she that much? Is she a giant? No. Is she Dum Dum Dugan from Secret Invasion? No. They're both leaning. That's kind of funny. But they're fairly comparable. Comparable, if you will. I gotta put this back in my personal collections, that's why. All right, we're gonna keep going a little old. Because this one made me laugh too. Whoop, there it is. There we are on the camera. Jean Grey. Let's change a different light. Let's see if, oh yeah, that's a little better. Get a little blue light special. Stop in the name of love, Jean Grey. Supernova? Maybe. I mean, not the worst, again, not the worst sculpt. Her hand just kind of melts into her face, and she's got that 80s hair. All right, they're calling her Marvel Girl, but here's Jean Grey now. Still got that long hair, because, you know, she's Jean, she's a redhead. Got them fiery locks. But she's just, makes me laugh. I have a acquaintance who cosplays, and I actually look at it like, yeah, it looks like her. But it's smoother, you know. And again, this actually is the Fast Forces Jean. Nope. So compare them. She is actually a little bigger. Like she got a little bit of height on the old one, but like, I'm sorry, those legs. You know, and it's look, compare the torsos. Like Jean. It's making me laugh, guys. I'm sorry. Old Jean's hair is bigger than almost her entire body. Like, it's just whatever. Okay. Like I said, we're not beating anybody up. Everyone who's worked on the game over the years has worked hard, cared in their own way. This is our original Hezbo. I believe, except for the new figure, this is the only Hezbo we ever gotten. Compare her to this little lady right here. And you actually can, I know why did I pick white figures? I didn't. None of the other figures have a lot of white on them, so. But look at those eyes. When I unboxed these figures, because I wasn't sure how many unboxing we were getting, so I did do an unboxing that you will never see. The thing that struck me the most were her eyes. Because she is a lady. She's not wearing a mask, so you actually see her face. And I mean, okay, here we go. If it'll focus. Yeah, there we go. Look at new Hezbo's eyes, old Hezbo's eyes. Now you could say, well, old Hezbo has a more dynamic pose. Kinda? Like, new Hezbo is ready to do some fisticuffs. And I guess that's what old Hezbo is. I just, it's, I know a lot of people maybe like a more animalistic Hezbo because she's a cat girl. She's a cat lady. But different variations, different interpretations over the years, okay, here we go. I love this. Mutant Mayhem Wolverine. And I actually do love Bone Claw Wolverine with his crazy bandana. Like, as a character, I have a soft spot for him. But look at that. Look at that knucklehead, right? And then we have my favorite version of Wolverine, which is brown suit Wolverine. Look at the lines on his costume. His claws are his claws. They're just a big hunk of plastic, but you know, what are you going to do? This isn't an action figure. This is a miniature. You know, the X on his belt is great. And again, compare the two, right? They're about the same size. Like, the other ones have all been off, but this is more like if new Wolverine was just hunched over, don't focus on Maggot, focus on them. If new Wolverine was hunched over, they'd be the same size. So it's, I know, not to you know, bury Wizkids here, but I know the point is like, hey, you're getting, you know, new bigger figures for, you know, the price increase. Yeah, but really what we're doing is we're kind of going back, we're actually going back to the old size with a bigger base. And this is actually, so now we're not even doing super old figures. We're doing Wolverine the X-Men, which in my head was like last year, but I know was really like 5 years ago. So there's Forge, right? Look at that face. That mustache is ridiculous. Cool pose. I will give you, anyone that wants to complain, he's got a cool pose. He's got 2 guns. He's, you know, he's not running, but at least he looks like, but look at that face. Focus. Focus. There you go. Look at that face. Versus less dynamic pose. Still holding a gun or a hammer of some sort of tool, as it were. But look at that fabulous mustache. This man's mustache is legit. And he's even got, I don't know what that symbol is on his headband, but he's got a symbol on his headband. Old Forge has his eyebrows almost melt into his headband. Both Oreo bases, so these are actually the same. I get better about doing that. And yeah, now they start to look bigger, but that's because sculpts got so small. And in fairness, sculpts got small because digital sculpts. I mean, you got finer details. So everything doesn't have to be big to show detail. You go smaller. But now it's that next evolution of, okay, we can go bigger again, but still maintain finer detail. So then let's do the ones that everyone wants because they're the same sculpt. Polaris. Those are her hands that look all kind of chunky. That's her face. That's a better Polaris face, to be fair. Versus new Polaris, who in fairness, mine's a little cross-eyed. But her hands are actually, you know, Aries pointed this out on a video, I believe. Her hands are actually in the middle of the plastic, and she's a common. She's still not the best. You know, again, it's not the best sculpt in the world. It's not GSX Magneto. But you look at them, I mean, she's got the classic HeroClix lean from Storage. The size isn't that off. Yeah, let's do back-to-back. Back-to-back. Guns akimbo. I mean, you know, she was straight up and down. It's almost there, but there's just more here. There's more detail. Again, not the best in the world. I'm not trying to sell you guys a bridge here. I'm just trying to be honest in these review of these figures. So then, let's do Havoc, because it's super fun. I found him. So this is like OG. I don't know if it's literally OG Havoc, but look at this guy, right? On a flight base, because that used to be a thing, kids. Look at this. Ho! Anyway. Then we have Wolverine the X-Men with Havoc, right? The concentric circles are really cool. Not the most dynamic sculpt, but like, whoa, behold my power, right? Then, House of X Havoc. It's just cleaner. And it's a good Havoc sculpt. I mean, here's the reality. Okay, so let's compare the two that are literally the same sculpt on the same base. All right, Havoc's a little bigger. You know, also note my hands are huge, but that's why I'm trying to show, which is also why I like bigger sculpts. But there you go. Look at it. Look at it, right? So then, or would you prefer, because I can actually put that. I mean, that's just it. If they're going to reuse sculpts, I'm fine. If this is the model going forward, right? We'll dig into our digital files and we'll find some sculpts and put them in a set, right? And it's the same character. So when we do a set, we know we can invest in a new Havoc sculpt because we might revisit it 3 years down the line. Or we've done a bunch of Havocs. Let's go back into the well and get one of the old Havoc sculpts to reuse. I prefer that to let's make Baron Mordo and Count Nefaria and Doctor Strange all the same sculpt in the same set. Because that gets confusing and that starts to be a little obnoxious. Like, I mean, we get another Forge in this set. Look at that beautiful mustache. And it's X-Force Forge, but it's like covert X-Force, so it's black and white. Same sculpt. Now, if we'd gotten another figure, I don't even know who you would do in this set. Let's say Magic, right? Because everyone's hot about Magic. Let's say a black and white Forge was actually Magic in the set. And we got Magic so that, you know, the next X-Men set, we get black and white Forge, but it's this sculpt. And we get that Magic resculpted. Or, you know, maybe she's Wild Child, Demon Child or something. That's better. That's what we're moving towards. But, you know, it's been a long year, guys. And Wizkids is a company, but it's also made of people. So if you're still not happy with the new sculpts, I just want to show off Maggot again. This piece that I helped design. That's looking all his 90 fly, his fly 90s gear. You don't have to like new sculpts. You don't have to like the price increase. Nobody does. I bet you if you asked Wizkids, they're not happy about it because whether you believe it or not, that money ain't going right in their pockets. But, you know, just remember where we came from, where we are, and where we're trying to go to. But what do I know? I'm just a guy making a video. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it to the end. Go to clixnexus.com. You can find the dials for, well, everything I showed you this video. And, you know, like, share, subscribe. I'm supposed to say that, right? And Patreon. Yeah. Go to HeroClixWorlds.com. Check out the Patreon. You know, that's all. I got nothing else. December 30th, if you still want Clix, House of X is going to be in stores. So ring in the new year right with some muty scum. All right, guys. I will talk to you later.